most of the teams because even in the practice sessions, we had some cars going off the road and ramming up against a wall of some sort. So that's going to be interesting. Welcome all. We're going to go ahead and swap over to the cars so you don't have to look at my mug anymore. And yeah, so they're doing their practice runs, getting their eye in. They're allowed a couple of laps. And then we start getting into the factor of qualifying. We have 17 drivers today. Horse, the biggest news. Oh, as we ride with Raj, that is one section of the track where you don't want to be stupid. Give me a second, fellas. Just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and minimize that. There you go. Yes, I just wanted to make sure that we had YouTube on as well. Right, so we are streaming on Twitch as well as YouTube. So if you're watching, if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit us with that follow. And if you're watching on YouTube, remember to subscribe. So yeah, it's looking like a track that we know and love. It is looking messy. It is looking dangerous. It's looking daring. Those who are ready to pay the price and be aggressive may actually end up paying the ultimate price. As you can see, we have many retirees in what is just the practice session. So we had a lengthy driver's briefing. We are ready for the day, ready for the qualifying. These drivers are getting a chance just to go out, get their eye in before we talk about qualifying, before we go into the qualifying sessions. Biggest news of this new round is that Horse has stepped away from the McLaren Street seat. Winner of Imola, came very close to winning in Bahrain at the season opener. Oh, as we see another. Oh, there's a collision you don't want. Luckily for these guys. Oh no, Switz gets a 5-place grid penalty. That is going to carry over to the race. That is tough luck for Switz, but that's the price you pay for a little tangle in the castle section in Baku. I love these cars going on these tracks. Of course, not as beautiful as the new cars, I have to say, as I'm getting more used to seeing them. I'm finding these cars to be a little bit more boxy, not as imposing as the new cars, but Swifts will have a 5-place grid penalty, and that is not a good start to the weekend for sure. But yes, so Horse has stepped away. He is decided to become a reserve due to other commitments, which means Shadow will get a new teammate, and the new teammate is Ghosty. Man impressed in Portimao, almost taking the win before Lamphy took it. And of course, he was also part of the Barcelona race, which I couldn't fully watch and commentate on, sadly, because of weather issues. So today, it's clear skies here. So far, it's clear skies in Baku. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we, what weather we deal with and what situation we have when the race gets on. So right now, the primary tests or weather forecast is clear skies. So great news if you're a fan of that. If you're looking for a wet race in Baku, a little bit of chaos and craziness, you may be a little disappointed as far as the weather is concerned, but don't be disappointed too bad, because this is Baku. It would be wrong if it wasn't chaotic. So this is season 4, round 5, Baku of MSRL. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to the weekend as we we're just getting all our practice laps done. These times, I always stress, don't pay too much attention to them. They can be telling, but most of the time what that does is it's just a time where the drivers are cautious, not wanting to get a penalty, not wanting to get any sort of lasting issues. Switz is unlucky, 5-place grid penalty, but it is the way the cookie crumbles, and yeah, we'll have to just go with that. So I think most of these guys are... Oh, is that Stone? Yes, we have a new driver joining us today. Stone, who is subbing in for Aravind, who's not here today. So Stone is going to be subbing in for Aravind. Foz is back, the Alfa Romeo, and Harless is driving the Ferrari. The Ferrari. 1 day removed for Enzo Ferrari's birthday. So that's going to be a very nice day if he can get a win on the table for the Prancing Horse. Oh, we are migrating host, and I know what that means. That means we will probably be having an issue with the server, which is not cool, sadly, but unavoidable as it is. Yeah, we'll follow Noobster on this lap, but I have a feeling that it means we have to go ahead and I don't know what the... It's never a good sign to see migrating host. So that's not very nice. Oh, lobby restart, of course. All we want for Christmas is a race without a lobby restart. But since we are not getting that, let me go ahead and get us over here. Switz got hit with the fire. Oh, that's why it's restarting. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I saw that issue, and it was, yeah, that would have been a really bad way to ruin the weekend, but I didn't know that was going to happen. But we'll just wait for the new lobby, guys. And okay, so we have a very, very exciting race, I am sure. And I cannot wait, because Baku is one of those tracks where it's Monaco with a very long straight. It has the castle section, which is one of the shortest, like tightest sections in an F1 track. It has one of the longest straights, if not the longest straight in an F1 track. And that straight, I feel, will be playing into teams that do the towing game and get that slipstream to their teammates. So I think this is going to be very powerful, a very powerful tool in general to have a slipstream and tow, but we'll have to find out how powerful. In 2021, the gain was supposedly around 6 to 8 tenths. That is a massive chunk of tow. I mean, 4 to 6 tenths, sorry. 4 to 6 tenths of a second. And that is a huge, huge chunk of advantage. So we will probably see most of these drivers use their teammates and back and forth to get a tow. And I'm going to go ahead and all right, so we'll just wait for the new lobby to come up. So it is going to be a very, very interesting day of Formula One indeed at Baku. If you guys know this track, you know how hectic it's going to be for the drivers, but how much fun it's going to be for us. And while this lobby had clear skies, the new lobby, we have no idea. We have no idea. Okay, so we just got we're back into the lobby screen. I'm just going to go ahead and wait for the new host, and as soon as we are able to, we will get going with the qualifying. I think I'm in a qualifying loading loop and it's not doing anything. So let me go ahead. Yeah, I think this is what's gonna happen. I gotta just right, let me just get this. All right, let me just go ahead and join on Psycho. I can't find, there it is. Ah, Switz gets me an invite. Thank you, Switz. Got that going. All right. Well, hopefully, there it is. Okay, the game's loading. We'll be getting to qualifying very shortly because now we don't have to do anything else. We are ready to go jump straight into qualifying. And with 17 drivers, Q1 is fairly important with the top 15 going through. And that's the focus. It's not about being the fastest. Being the fastest does not hurt. Huge confidence boost, of course, topping all sessions of qualifying. But the session what you really want to do in Q1 is be in the top 15 comfortably. So being in the top 10, you'll be happy in Q1. So what we're doing now is just waiting for the lobby to start. There it is. And oh, okay, I'm in, and we are waiting for the lobby to load. And hopefully now we have some penalty-free racing. All right. So if you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching it on YouTube and you're watching a video or a VOD or live on YouTube or Twitch. We do have both streams going on simultaneously. If you're on Twitch, do us a solid and hit that follow button. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that we can make sure we have all the needed. You'll be able to catch all the action on the races. And let me just go ahead and do that. I did try doing that once. Didn't really seem to work. Okay. Apologies. I seem to be having a little bit of a problem. There it is. Okay. Ah, there. Okie dokie. And we got that done. Let's go, Red Bull. Yes, we are looking like Red Bull could be on for some a strong result. Of course, with the drivers, both drivers being there, and we are gonna go ahead and jump into the race. Actually into qualifying one, with the drivers getting ready to go out. No drivers out yet. GG, indeed. Let me just do one thing here and go ahead and okay, just had to do that, and we're back in, and I'll be able to get this party started. Yes. So we have on track Toka, who is without a teammate today. Without a teammate. We're gonna just put on the lap data, of course, as well as the full track map. You can see that. Along with that, the person on track is Psycho, who's leading the pack. So let's follow Psycho here. And let's see how that goes, because this is going to be tricky. The track, the weather has changed. It looks like it's an overcast day, and you know what happens when it's overcast? Oh, Psycho goes a little squirrely in the castle section. I assure you, he doesn't feel stupid. As Charles Leclerc would have felt one day. But this track is extremely challenging, and this corner in particular is how you're playing chicken with the wall. How far can you go before? I'll be having a drink during the race, but I Switz win when I get back. Interesting. Switz has a lot to live up to with that sort of pressure, Dassy, but we will find out. All right, as Psycho shoots down the straight to start his first hot lap. There you go, DRS wing flat open. Look at that letterbox, clear as day. You can actually see the Red Bull between them. So the drivers, goes a little wide. I am surprised that is not validated. I am surprised that is not invalidated. That is, Psycho is going very close to the wall. He's risking it. And this is just Q1. The only objective of this qualifying session is to be, he bangs the wall. My goodness, he's really pushing to the limits. The only objective is to be top 15. You don't need to push so hard too early. You don't want to find yourself wanting. You don't want to heat up those tires towards the last section with the castle section and the section that follows. Oh, this is hectic stuff. Psycho decides to bomb out of there. He was heading straight for it. So I think was a good choice as we pick up with Switz, who is now the leading car. This is going to put our time up first. Psycho's lap was certainly abandoned. That is a very unfortunate place to lose control of the car. And here we go. Switz is coming to the last final real turn. Now it's all just kinks and corners with near flat out throttle, if not flat out, as you see the Red Bull zipping by, the camera wobbling from the sheer magnitude of the speed, and the letterbox opening to let you know DRS is on full activation as he goes hugging the wall. A 140.187. Very, very good time. I think Raj is gonna come down next. There he is. Let's see what he can do. 140.427, the Red Bull and Alpha Tauri. And I think this is Nope, that is Ghosty. He's just starting. Ghosty goes pole, P1. Provisional P1, not pole because it's Q1. But P1, Lamphy does one better, 138.738. Wow. That is a spectacular lap. As we see Foz go with the 140, the top three right now is a Haas, a McLaren, and an Alfa Romeo. This is a very, very interesting race. It's looking like those who can pay, those who are able to push the car to the limits without pushing it over the edge, that's going to be the difference maker in this track. And I think Lamphy is going to be very happy with that time, especially for Q1. As we see Zenoob having to move out of the way. Dalvin is still in the pits, hasn't put up a time. Noobster set up a 141. We'll see Psycho in the pits. Taka is on an out lap, on his out lap. Harless is on his hot lap. Let's pick up with Harless. And Zenoob will actually have to do one more lap for sure because of the moving out of the way. And I think he ran wide a little. Foz has retired from the session. He's happy with the time. 140.095 should be a very strong time. I don't think he will have too much trouble with the 140.095 to get to Q2. Like I said, guys, the objective is not to be the fastest. Of course, being fastest is great. If you're Lamphy, you are now flying high in Baku. But the objective is top 15, and that's all that matters. All that counts is being top 15 and getting out of that bottom two. In today's case, bottom two. Usually it would be bottom five, as Harless kind of loses it there. This overcast is giving me some weird vibes, I gotta tell you, about what's gonna come at the end of qualifying. I have a feeling we'll see some inters pop on. The green wall tires will be out there at some point of the weekend. And And what a mess that could be. You do not want to miss out. There are some drivers on this track that, you know, they might not be the strongest in the drive, but when it comes to the wets, when it comes to those mixed conditions, changing conditions, they're able to switch on a little bit better than anyone else and can make the difference. I think Dalvin is now on his outlap. I believe Noobster is giving him a good tow down that main straight as we see Harless cross the line. P11, 142, very respectable time indeed. As let's pick up with the Mercedes. Yes, this is the team game that I was talking about. Dalvin and Noobster. And we'll see, I think Raj, is that Raj or Sent? Let's find out if it was Raj or Sent. That was Sent. I'm surprised Dalvin's backing up. Are they on hot laps? No. Why is Dalvin backing out so much? I think Dalvin is now going to go up right behind Switz, use that tow. But the problem when you use an opponent's tow is that at the end of the tow, they don't move away. You then follow them with the dirty air. That is not exactly what you want to do. What you want to do is pull that toe off on your teammate, move aside, and let your teammate have a clean run. But right now, what Noobster is going to do... Oh, Noobster's moved out of the way. Haha! That is Noobster saying, I'm not giving you my toe. I'll happily take yours, but I'm not giving you mine. And Noobster is now going to try and chase down Raj, get some toe, get some slipstream down that main straight. It is a long straight, the longest straight in Formula One calendar, I believe. And it is a fantastic place to grab some speed. As Noobster, I think, got a healthy chunk of toe there. I'm not sure how much, but he did get some toe. As we see yellow flags, I think that was from the Ferrari moving out of the way of Dalvin's Mercedes. And there you go. He goes turn one. The only problem when you get a toe and get that overspeed is you misjudge the braking point going into turn one. And of course, these guys are experts. They've done this practice runs. They've done time trial runs, but it's always there, the chance of overshooting the braking point. That's not something you want to do, especially when it comes to Baku, because that turn one, you have to nail it. You lose it a little bit, you lose too much time. It takes too much time to correct. If you're too cautious, you lose too much time because you're not carrying enough speed through. So it's a knife edge, as is most turn ones. But with Baku, I've always felt that overspeed you get from that slipstream, sometimes you're not prepared for it. And we might see some overtaking done in that area. We have yellow flags flashing in the castle section, as I think now Noobster is planning to back off as much as he can, maybe. I don't know if he's doing his timed lap, or if this is just... Yes, I expect Noobster to now make sure to give Dalvin a nice tow down that main straight, because they won't be blocking each other for sure. They are close enough. I don't know if they're just not close enough. They look close enough, but they may be just not close enough to give that toe. No, they are close enough, and I will think Dalvin will take that toe. Sent has retired from the session. Noobster's dipping into the thing, and here goes Dalvin. Dalvin is P7. Race winner last weekend, only settling for 140, and Lamphy is about a second and a half almost clear of Dalvin. 2 seconds clear of Dalvin, actually, and that is a statement by the Haas driver that is saying, you know, you got the better of me last week. Remember, that last lap from Dalvin, I believe in Q3, gave him pole, and then eventually led to the race win as well. But yes, we will see some struggles, some pain. And Stone, new driver, obviously going to have to get into grips with the car very quickly, as he is a reserve driver and he's stepping in for Arvind. 143, he's in Q2 as it stands. Psycho hasn't done many laps after. And Shadow is now being towed by Ghosty. This could be one hell of a lap from Shadow. I would have stayed behind that slipstream a little bit longer, but this is still going to be a very strong lap I feel. Is it enough? It is just enough. A 147. I think he will need to get more time in there because I think Psycho's time will definitely knock him out. We have Zenoob and Psycho almost electing to not go out. And I don't know why that would be. As Noobster goes out. Harless as P12. Harless looks to be safe unless the others improve by a lot. Toka is out there still and is on his outlap. Stone is gonna come down to the end of sector 1. There you go, and this is a very tricky part but very satisfying corner if you nail it. I'm not sure what's exactly happening in the Haas garage as well as the Alpine, with Psycho not going anywhere. He's just waiting. I don't know if he's just thrown in the towel and he's like, you know what, there's no point. I'm just going to rack up some miles on tires. Oh, we have a yellow flag. I think it's just for people moving out of the way of the others. As we stick with Shadow, who will want to do a really strong lap, because if you can get a nice run down the straight here, I think he may be on to improve his own time, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to get him further up the order, because that is a big difference. But I think he had some incidents in that last one. And we will see him go down that main straight, and 144, he does improve, but not in position, only in time, but a very good improvement in time indeed. So the two drivers that need to do the laps have decided to just sit and wait for the moment. So we'll keep an eye on the Haas of Zenoob as well as the Alpine of Psycho, but this is Toka on a hot lap. Go Harless! Yes, Harless is doing a very good job. He's on track right now. We're just gonna go ahead and wait till, oh, that Aston Martin looks very planted. We'll wait till we see Toka. Oh, yeah, Toka finish this lap, and then we'll switch to Harless, give you a view so you can cheer him on. Harless, of course, was a viewer in the first round. He dropped by on stream while we were racing and wanted to join, and is now racing almost every week. Oh, he's decided to abandon it. Okay, so that hot lap is abandoned. Harless, soft tires look very worn. I don't know what the situation is, so let's find out. Let's go ahead, detail tires. Yes, 3 lap old tires. Harless is the best indeed. Oh, wheel banger. That could have been very costly. That could have been very costly indeed. But he's able to continue, because the last thing Harless needs right now is a crash, because what happens is that means he will not be able to start Q2. But right now, as it stands, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Psycho is now on his outlap. We will pick him up when his lap starts, because that is going to be a lap we will want to watch. It'll be a last-ditch attempt to make it into Q2, because if he can make it, he needs to have a good time on. He needs to beat Shadow's 144, and Shadow is in the pits at the moment, and I don't think he'll be going out anymore. As Harless decides to pit, that is a smart move, I think, from Harless, because last thing Harless needs right now is to crash and not be able to take part in qualifying 2. As a Psycho comes to the line, DRS fully activated, starting his final hot lap you would expect of the qualifying session. He's taking it clean and tidy. He doesn't want any mistakes. The pressure, the stakes are too high. He does bang his wheels. There has to be a little bit of time lost there. That is pushing a little too much on that same corner that gave him a bit of trouble earlier, but he keeps it clean for the rest of the sector as he comes to the slower parts of the track. Of course, castle section just coming up in a couple of turns is going to be absolutely crucial on whether he makes it to Q2. There you go, castle section coming up. He's going inches away from the wall here. Oh, that is keeping it tight. That is keeping it tight but tidy. I like seeing that. That is going to be a very neat section, the castle section. Psycho needs at least a 144.287. Can he do it? Oh no, he's gone a little squirrely. That may catch him out here. That may cost him a chance. No invalidation. But that might be a problem. Harley's right now is... Oh no! Psycho has crashed on the main straight. And that means both our Q1 eliminated people have been confirmed. It is Psycho and Zenoob. Harless definitely does make it through to Q2 on P12. This is interesting. Switz has gone on and put on a 139.6, just under a second away. Easy Q2, let's go. Psycho had a heartbreaking one. I don't know what happened with you, Noob. Did you not want to go to Q2? Is there a tactic involved? And Psycho, yeet it. You did yeet. Did you just think you're not gonna make it? I'm just gonna go ahead and just yeet into the wall, or was it a genuine mistake? Because that was tough. That was the straight. You did a land stroll without a tire pop. Parking lot bad luck, guys. Oh, there you go. Dedicated fans here. I'm not risking anything this race. Ah, there you go. Zenoob is just gonna be, you know what? I'm just gonna hold back, make sure I come in the points. You know the famous words, to finish first you must finish. And I think this race epitomizes those words more than anything. The practice races destroyed my confidence. You know what they say about Baku? You can never say never. APS both. We have some, that is an extremely impressive. We don't have a prize pool either. Okay. You don't want to, yeah, I think if you keep your nose clean the first two laps, first couple of laps at least, yeah, first 2 laps, and any safety car restarts, I think points are definitely possible, because I can't see all 17 finishing. And that feels bad to say, but I just don't see all 17 drivers finishing. But here is your top 15. We have Lamphy, Switz, Ghosty, Boz, Dalvin, Rod, Scent, Flyboy, Nando, Noobster, Emanane, Harless, Stone, Taka, and to round it all off, Shadow from McLaren. Shadow just squeezed through on the time, but he didn't have to set a time, it turns out, because, well, he did have to set a time, but Zenoob and Psycho not setting a realized representative time, so it didn't have to be too much. Only place you get to see at the top is right there. There you go. Well, we don't know. 2022 could throw up some massive, you know, spanner in the works. All right, so truly Schumacher and Mazepin. Well, we will see. The race, as I always say, Noob, no points on Saturdays. That is it. No points for qualifying. Mazepin did beat Lewis in Baku, so maybe you might be one of those Mercedes drivers, you know? That was the case. I think Mazepin beat both Mercs, if I'm not mistaken. No. Just Lewis, yes, because of the brake magic. But, yeah, it wasn't a very good race for the Mercs, to put it lightly. Right. Okay, so this is qualifying 2. This is the session where we want to know what tires they're on, because this is the session that could decide what tires they start with. Of course, as long as all the sessions are dry. I have a feeling we're gonna see those green lined intermediates at some point of the weekend, as we have Lamphy head out on track immediately, wanting to set a fast, quick time and get it over with. And behind him is Ghosty. Ghosty is on the medium tires, so expect Ghosty to try and stick close to Lamphy, get a nice toe on that main straight, and I think this is going to be very interesting for sure. Ghosty's gotta be feeling very, very, very nice about this position right now, but I think Lamphy might be pulling a little too far ahead of him to make it a point for the toe. Schumacher with the right car top quality, me as Massive in the back, even the best car. Technically, it's the best car of all cars are equally the best. True. You're off again. Have a good day, Dassy, and we will keep you posted. As Lamphy is pushing through, deciding to go with the soft tires, not even attempting to go with the mediums or play any alternate strategy. And here we go. Here we go. That is the final turn before the few kinks that people will classify as corners. They're really not, actually. If you can make sure your car doesn't spin out too much, it's a pretty flat out ride down that main straight, and the DRS letterbox will be opening in just a few seconds. There it goes. You can see the McLaren come through of Ghosty, come through in the rear, and we have Lamphy starting his hot lap now. Let's see what the difference is between the soft tire runners and the mediums. Raj is also on an out lap. We have a few soft tire runners, mostly medium runners. So it's going to be interesting. I think the soft tire is the smart bet. And I have my reason for that. And the reason is you will have a safety car pretty early on. If I were a betting man, I would bet on that. And that would mean that you end up with a free pit stop to get rid of the soft tire, go to the hards or the mediums, and go long in the race. And I think another thing I have to say, I feel like we have the green wall tires just coming, and it's just a matter of time. Oh, Lamphy getting all sorts of aggressive on the final sector, starting of the final sector, ending of the second sector, sorry, with the castle section. Foz has been able to join back, so that's good news. You will be able to set sometimes for Q2 and see if he can get a representative time up. As we have the purple second sector from the Haas, which has been dominating this weekend so far. His time in Q1 was a second nearly clear of P2. And here it comes. His time is a 1:38.849. I don't think that's the best time he can do, but I think it'll be a solid time. And I would be surprised if somebody takes him off that perch. All right, let's see. We have Raj coming down the main straight again. We have the Aston Martin followed by, that's a Williams towing right on the gearbox of the Aston Martin, and the Williams got a really nice show. Emanane playing it smart. Harless goes P5, Noobster goes P4. What a drive. I shall ABS off for everyone. Why don't you just put ABS on? Why don't you just put ABS on? This is exceptional stuff. I couldn't believe how close he was. Switz is now on an outlap. Scent is on a oh, he's decided to pit. Flyboy is on his outlap. All right, so we have the first 9 times ABS 2 OP. Use the OP. If everyone uses it, it's not OP. He's already got some damage there, the flyboy, who is driving an Alpine. So you're not flying solo, Psycho. Not today, anyway. Emanane played that to perfection. He used Toka and towed himself, and it had to be a very effective tow. Okay, let's start. Look, I don't think the flyboy is going for a very I'm gonna go switch to Switz. There it is. He's the Red Bull maybe trying to tow the other Red Bull. I don't know. I don't know if Nando should be ahead of him at this point, but if Red Bull, if anyone can do it, it's the Red Bulls. They're the masters of the team game. Red Bulls and the Mercedes, you can definitely expect to play that team game with the tow, as Swids will now get that nice tow down the main straight behind Nando. And look at this. He's gonna get really close towards the finish. Gets closer and closer, but not. Oh, that was the outlap. Oh, what a smart move. And this sets him off. What a brilliant start to the lap from Nando. Nando playing the team game. He's in P4 already. He wants to make sure Switz is up there as well. I would be surprised if Switz does not break that P4, because this is a very, very good team game from them. That long tow certainly would have helped. As Switz goes through to end Sector 1 and start off his battle in Sector 2. One of the slower parts of the circuit, especially with that castle section, which is extremely tight, narrow, and you don't want to make a mistake. And Switz hasn't made a mistake. He's kept it clean and tidy as he takes all the curves he possibly can and sets off onto the final few corners and the downhill section. This is the turn. I call this the front wing bank, this turn right here, because all you do is deposit your front wing in that corner. That is a very ruthless corner. It is, however, a purple sector for the Red Bull. I feel like what they've done is put a very high downforce setup, or not a higher downforce setup than you would want in Baku. Use the tow to negate the drag and get very strong in the mid sector. As he finishes lap, goes P3. Nando did Red Bull a huge favor. Nando did Switz an immense favor right there, towing him in that fast lap as Nando drives into the pits. We have some drivers still to set laps. One of them is Shadow. We will be going to him in a second. Here he comes down to the final 90-degree turn. Let's say it. We have some turns still to come, of course, but here they come, and that now it's just a flat-out dash to the finish line. A small kink, as long as your tires don't blow up. It's not like that happens, does it? It never happens in Baku. What are you talking about? Here we go, and Shadow goes P11. A very good time. It's actually a faster time from him in Q2 than he did in Q1, so very, very impressive indeed. Right now, though, Emanane looks safe, but you do know, and you can expect most of these guys to put on some red-colored boots, as Dalvin is now finishing Sector 1 with a purple on his medium tires. Oh, this could be very interesting. He doesn't have a tow this time around. And I don't think he had a tow at the start of this lap either, unless he was able to tow someone else. Definitely not from Noobster. The castle section make and break your lap. And it certainly did not break Dalvin so far, so it's great. Clean, smooth driving so far from Dalvin. And the downhill up to the front wing bank corner, and it keeps his front wing. That's the ideal objective, of course, is to get out of the corner with your front wing intact. And a really neat final couple of corners, and then the mad dash to the start finish line. Keeping it clean and tidy. There you go. Let's see what this Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team car of Dalvin can do. Goes down to the finish line and goes P3, just off. Unbelievable, off by just a tenth, less than a tenth. Unbelievable. Switz has retired. Switz has retired and has decided that's all he's going to do. He's going to be starting on that yellow wall tires, and I think all the cars except for Harless, who is intent on doing many laps. Oh, he's actually on a new set of softs. All right, so Harless is thinking, you know what? If I can get a new clean lap in, track evolution on my side. Oh, that almost ended his qualifying sessions in a run. Toka has done one lap as well, and Emanane and Sentex has finished a lap. Emanane now finds himself out in the drop zone, of course, outside P10, below P10, as Toka is now doing what Emanane did to him. Unless this was a planned move from the Williams and Aston Martin teams, the Mercedes engine power teams playing a little bit of a team game. Yes, it could have been, because there he is going straight through Toka, as I believe that is a Ghosty that's going to come up behind him. Yes, Ghosty will want to stick close to Toka, get that toe, because that will definitely help. Ghosty is on the softer tires, so you wouldn't have too much trouble staying close to Toka. Toka is keeping it clean, tidy. Sector 1 is done. He's going for it. The objective is, of course, P10. This is qualifying 2. You want to make it through to Q3, and P10 is the only way to do it. Oh, that is very close. Very close to the wall there. But he manages to keep it out of the wall. And I think we'll see that McLaren creep up closer and closer. There he is. He's definitely going to be right behind him for that toe. That is some excellent placement from the McLaren team to get Ghosty out behind Toka, who's on the medium tires. So Ghosty would be able to catch up to him, and Toka is almost, very much on the edge, and Ghosty will now have a really good toe down the main straight. Look at this. This is what the plan was about, as Ghosty now gets a straight shot. Boom. Toka decided to pull off. He didn't even complete that lap. He just decided to abandon it. All that did was give Ghosty a very nice toe down the main straight. We'll keep our eyes on Ghosty here. Let's see what his sector times are, because this is going to be a very fast first sector if that thing is anything to go by. And here we go. Purple first sector. Lil Mustikas, I'm sorry, man. I don't think I can shut up when this action is this exciting. I don't think that's possible. Here we go. We have Ghosty going through the castle section. I know, right? Psycho. All right. Oh, near the wall, sticking close. Is going to be interesting. I think he's going for that P1. He wants P1. If not, he wants to be at least within that second to Lampy. He doesn't want Lampy to running away. And there you go. Go Harless. Harless definitely has a bunch of fans here. It's gonna be amazing what he can achieve. And of course, guys, in the race, top 15 can get points in MSRL. Harless needs to get back. Harless has taken the checker flag, so he will be going into the pits. He is not going to make it through to Q3 because it is only top 10. And Ghosty is looking like, yeah, it was a time of 0.6, just 0.6 away from Lamphy's brilliant time. I pay 50 cents, let him back in. Sans coming in, I know, right? 11 is enough. You never know. You never know. In Baku, you have no idea what can possibly go wrong. For the guys in front, turn 1 can obviously cause a ruckus. Lap 1 can be a lot of incidents. Safety cars are aplenty. Strategy and clean driving can definitely get you a good result. So Harless is by no means out of it, but he is out of qualifying. There's in spite of all the money that can be offered, which is loads of cents, he is out of the qualifying session, and we are going to go and have a top 10 shootout with Q3 in just a few moments. Here you go. You have the top 10. Lamphy again topping the session. Ghosty, Dalvin, Switz, Raj, Nando, Foz, the Flyboy, Noobster, and Scent complete the top 10. Only 2 of the top 10 are starting on softs. Everyone else on mediums. So Ghosty and Lamphy need to get out of there and create enough of a gap to avoid that alternate strategy threat. And of course, a safety car can change everything. So that will be very interesting. Here we go. The last shootout for pole. It looks like Lamphy's pole to have. He looks to be extremely fast. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see who takes that P1. Could it be Lamphy? Could it be Dalvin? Can Ghosty mix it up? Can Switz gotta do it? I'm just gonna Bing chill. Yeah. Well, that was a heartbreaking crash, but the positive is you get to chill for the rest of the session, doesn't he? Don't you? As Lamphy wants to get out there on a clean stripper track, and he does get out indeed. Oh, this is going to be a very, very interesting shootout. And I think that's Nando right behind him. I think that's the plan here, guys. I think Nando is going to go ahead, follow Lamphy, stick as close as he can to him. He knows that speed that the Haas has in these corners are pretty impressive. So if Nando can get some toe from Lamphy, finish his lap, he can then get Switz that toe. But Switz is actually now come out behind Raj. So we may see the Red Bulls maybe opt for rearranging. Is all possible. Hit the barrier looking at my phone. That is not very good, man. That is heartbreaking. I saw you toe the crap out of Taka. Well, I guess Taka towed the crap out of you. I don't know if it was intentional from his side, but I saw you almost be right up against that gearbox of that Aston Martin before you did your lap. And it was a very impressive lap indeed, as we stick with the Haas, the number 36 Haas of Lamphy, as he goes through down the main straight and starts off. It's the Merc to beat team, Master Blan. It is. Well, I don't think there's any Ferrari Master Blan happening with Haas. I don't think the Alfa Romeo and Haas are working together. So we will find out. I'm going to take away the spectator menu. We're going to hide that UI, and you guys can take in this lap, which will be a statement lap, I would think, from Lamphey. I don't think he's going to push his whole way. I don't think you're going to see his entire speed or pace. But I think you will have a close enough idea. That was very close to the wall. And purple first sector for Lamphey. This is going to be interesting. Can he keep it purple across? Can he make it rain purple? Oh, that was a very risky one, but indeed did pay off. Kept it clean through the castle section. The most challenging part of the track is the castle section and this part right here, the downhill sprint before that very tough turn here. If you get it wrong just a little, your front wing is gone. It is a matter of just inches at this point. As he goes purple, unsurprisingly, as he is the first man on track. But I think this is going to be a very interesting time indeed. I'm going to pop in the detail of the best time. Actually, we need just the fastest lap. And lap data. There you go. This looks like it's going to be a very strong time from Lamphey. It is a 1:38.7. There's more time in the house. Let me tell you that. There is more time in the house. Nando goes 1:40. Raj comes to the finish line to tack on a 1:39.446. Switz comes through to tack on a 1:40.630. That is not the best he can do. I think he can do a little bit better. I think there is still time. Foz is the next man to finish his lap. He goes P5 with the 1:40.880. Not at all a bad time. Sent is coming down that final couple of corners here before he starts that monster straight down to the finish. Let's see what Sent can do here. Both Red Bull teams fully participating, which is a very nice thing to see when teams are full. And Sent goes down the main straight. The DRS wing flap opens. And let's see what time we have. We have a 1:40.258. Oh, with Ghosty with the 1:39.503. Is that Noobster? Nope, that's Dalvin with the 1:39.883. This is actually a lot closer. Yes, Lamphey is ahead by quite a bit, by about 7/10, and and then some change. But the rest are fairly close. There is a yellow flag. I think that's some synchronized driving from the Red Bulls. I think Nando, who is towing who here? And is that a tow? 1:38.696. Lamphey betters his own time. And it is looking like Switz is going to now go into the pits. Yes, he is abandoning the lap and going into the pits. So is Nando. Flyboy is on an out lap. Noobster is on a hot lap. So let's stick with Noobster here. The times are very close. Times are very close. To put you into perspective, 1 second can be the difference between the two AlphaTauri drivers, around about less than a second actually, around 8/10 I would say. And that difference is what separates you from starting in the front at P2 or starting in the third row of the grid. So it's going to be a very tight qualifying session, especially towards the end as the track ramps up. As Noobster goes towards the castle section, the most tightest section in this track. I cannot imagine this being a very clean section through the race. As Lamphey pulls to the side, the yellow flag can be ignored as it's just to move out of the way of Noobster. As Lamphey then continues on, and I think he will just go into the pits for this one. But Noobster keeping it tidy and clean. If you keep your nose clean, lap one and throughout the race, especially if you don't pick up any damage, any penalties, you could have a really high finish when it comes to the Baku in the race in Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And Noobster comes across the finish line. What does he do? What does he do? He gets a 141.966, which does not improve his position of being P9. Foz is on an outlap. Lamphy is, I think, ooh, that was not good. That was not good. I think Foz and Flyboy, they were both on outlaps. They were both slowing down too much. And I think that may have resulted in a little bit of a contact here between the Alfa Romeo and the Alpine. Now, we don't know if there was any damage. It didn't look too heavy, so I would be surprised if we see any damage. But I'm sure if there was any damage, they'd just duck right into the pits and fix it. Flyboy really cannot afford to not set a banker lap at this point. He needs to set up a pretty strong lap. And we only have 3 cars on track at the moment. We have a couple more cars going out. Noobster, Foz, and Flyboy are the ones out on track at the moment. Noobster will probably finish this lap, but I don't think he'll push another one. I think he may even abandon this lap, go in, change tires, and come out for one last run in Q3. This is Foz and his Alfa Romeo going through the final turn and then straight down. Merc, A, B, C team working together. Well, you know how it is. You're paying them for the engines, might as well get the tow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Nabil? As Foz does a start of his, what I would think is his final few laps. If he does 2 laps back to back, he could do it. It might be a little too much to do for one set of softs, but he could do it without a cooldown lap. And his Sector 1, Alpine Sigma grinds. Grinds it, yes. It would be amazing if Flyboy just comes out here with just one hot lap set and goes right to pole. Foz goes purple Sector 1. That is impressive. That is impressive because you know Lamphy did a very good Sector 1 as well to get that P1, the provisional pole. Sector, oh no, I think Flyboy's had to have a little bit of an incident. He's decided to back off. He's perhaps going for a new hot lap this lap instead of taking that last one, deciding to go for a double cooldown lap before starting his hot lap. A downhill heavy braking section and down you go straight to the another purple sector from Foz. Can Lamphy be toppled? Can the Haas be toppled? As he comes down to that monster straight, he's going to stick with it. We'll stick with him. And it is going to be not enough for P1, but enough for P5. 8/10 quicker than his personal best. A very, very good time. And now it's going to come down to Flyboy in validation. And I think Raj is now starting his final lap. Can he make a difference? Lamphy is on his final lap. This is the shootout. This is the moment where the cars are at their limits, where the drivers are pushing them through their absolute maximum capabilities, that we will see who comes out on top, gets that pole. Lamphy is looking strong. That time looks to be insurmountable, but we will see. You can never say never in Formula One. And pole does not always equate to a win in Baku. There is a yellow flag in the castle section. That is Foz. As we will stick with Oh, I think Foz just... That seems to be an odd place to back off. But... Yep. Oh. Foz has backed off. Foz has definitely... sorry, Foz. Lamphy has backed off and he's decided to pit. He'll take the checker with the pits. And let's see if Ghosty can do something here. Ghosty is on his hot lap. And going through the castle section. No debris, nothing to worry here. The engine sound bug is how to be one of the most annoying bugs in the game. And we see the Mercs line up, I believe, what will be a tow. The only question is, who's towing who? And the answer is... Noobster is towing... no, it's Dalvin that's towing Noobster. Down that main straight, maybe... Oh! Ghosty decided not to go for it. He's moved out of the way. Oh my goodness. Can Dalvin do what he did in Spain? Can he take P1 from Lamphy? Dalvin crosses the line, and it is not enough for P1. It is enough for P4. Noobster gets P6 as the Mercedes cars fail to take pole. It is Lamphy, it is Haas on pole with Ghosty and Raj rounding out the top three. What a race we have in store, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe and follow buttons accordingly. And we will be starting the race momentarily and hopefully without any hitches as we wait for the cars to just filter through into the pits. Another 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and we will have the session wrapped up. Here's the man on pole. It is Lamphy. The Spaniard takes pole with Ghosty and Raj following right behind. Dalvin will start alongside Raj with Foz starting on the third row of the grid alongside Noobster. Sent starting on the fourth with Switz. The Red Bull driver will not be happy. He looked like he had more pace. He just couldn't tie up that lap in Q3. Nando will start ninth and Flyboy rounds out the top 10 for Alpine. This is going to be the moment you've all been waiting for. This is going to be the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we're going to be starting in a few moments. We are good to go. We have the reason I'm a little speechless here is usually we don't start till 2 minutes away from the clock, but I think everyone's luckily gotten through. Stone made a mistake. It is understandable. It is his first race in, and it wasn't sadly mentioned in the briefing we had. So this is the formation lap, and we will get racing very shortly. As we see the Haas line up in front, and you have your pit stop strategies. They're expecting 2 stops to be the only solution. That is the plan here. That is the expectation here. We will find out once the race does go through. I expect to see more stops purely because we will have more safety cars. And as Lamphy comes through, the grid is separated quite a bit, so Lamphy will want to back them up or spend a lot of time waiting on his grid slot. Lamphy and Ghosty are swirling and swerving, getting those soft tires up to temperature. Remember, guys, the only people starting in the softs are Lamphy, Ghosty, and Harless down in P11. Harless gets a brand new set. Top 10 start with the set. They've finished. They did their fastest lap in Q2. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. All right. We have the starting grid lineup. We are ready. We've been waiting, and now it is time to get going. Are you guys ready? Because it is time. It is time to get ready to go racing in Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As we have the lights illuminate one by one. The 5 lights go, and they're off and running as Lamphy gets away, but Ghosty gets the better start. I think Ghosty, yes, almost makes it through. Lamphy goes wide, and there's some certain chaos happening behind. Foz has climbed up. He's lost places, climbed up places, as Dalvin and Noobster, both Mercedes drivers, have climbed up plenty of spots, and now Dalvin is in P3 with virtual safety car already up, with Switz meeting the end of the race. That is a horrible way to start the race, but it is Baku, and this is what I meant. Safety car seems to be the name of the game when it comes to Baku. As we see, is that, yes, that is Shadow. He's missing a front wing. Unbelievable scenes. Now, what will we do? What is going to happen? This is virtual safety car. Lamphy is ahead, of course, but he did go wide at the start. I don't know if that is going to be brought into the attention, or if that is going to be a moment of just, this is how it is. It is a full safety car. It has been upgraded into a full safety car, and now we await all the drivers. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. It is, we didn't even have a full lap of racing before Switz retired with a incident. I could not see what that incident was, as we were focused more on the cars ahead. I see Foz has DNF'd. Foz has now DNF'd. Stone has retired. We have 3 retirements. And this is going to be a very interesting race already. We have 3 retirements. Any team, any driver that now finishes the race will get points because MSRL gives points to the top 15. It is unlike the top 10 rule that we have with Formula 1. We have top 15 getting points. Nando losing places, sent going up. What is going on? I don't know. But Emanane will be very happy that in spite of his little mistake in qualifying, he was able to climb 6 places. Psycho climbed 9 places from the back of the grid all the way up to P8. And that is an exceptional start and kept it clean. So kudos to Psycho. He does look to have all of his parts. His car is looking decent. It looks clean. I don't know if that's damage or just some sort of clips. I think that is not damage. I think that's just the flap that we have. All right, we have a full safety car and we await the new strategies. Again, powered by AWS. Here is your pit stop strategy. It's a 1 stop. If you do 1 stop now with the medium, if you get a cheap pit stop, you can then pull off with just 1 other pit stop, but that'd still be 2 stops. So I don't really know why the game thinks that's a 1 stop. But I think what they're saying is because of the laps under the safety car, you can stretch those mediums out and get yourself into a 1-stop game. So it is going to be very interesting, of course, as we see Flyboy. We're riding on with Flyboy here as Lamphy leads Ghosty and Dalvin, who leads Noobster, Raj, Flyboy, Emanane, Psycho, Harless, Taka, Nando, Sent, Zenoob, and Shadow. What a unbelievable start to the race. 2 laps in, we didn't have a single full lap of racing. We had a virtual safety car and then an immediate safety car. Upgrade to full safety car. So this is definitely going to bunch the field up. The person this favors the most, I have to say, will be Dalvin, because Dalvin is the highest up on the grid and he is on mediums. Now if you look at the tires, that's the one that we're gonna have to focus on now, because the position change, while impressive, doesn't mean much if you don't finish where. But if you go ahead with the tires, you will see Dalvin is now running mediums and he's 2 laps in with mediums and he's in P3, and he's gonna be right behind Ghosty and Lamphy. If he can survive the first couple of laps after the safety car behind those soft runners, if he can stay within Ghosty's DRS range, he can have Ghosty tow him along to what can be a potential win because of his alternate strategy, because of the ability to switch to a 1-stop, that flexibility that the medium tires give you, which the softs just won't. Safety car is in this lap. We are told safety car is in this lap. We are getting ready to go racing again, as Lamphy will surely bunch up the field before he guns it, and he won't let them know when he's going to gun it. Of course, you're not allowed to brake test. We can't have anything happen like we did in Saudi Arabia in the Formula 1 season. But we will, the leader is allowed to drop back, create space, and he has, I think, gunned it. Yes, he has. And now he's gonna swerve and turn and do as much as he can to stay ahead of Ghosty. Ghosty is 6 tenths behind. He is not going to make a move on Lamphy, but he will stick with it. He will stick with Lamphy. Can Dalvin stick to Ghosty? Now that is the key here. It does not look like that's the case. Noobster is right behind Dalvin, and the two Mercedes men are driving in symphony, almost in sync, as they go for a very strong points finish for the team. Dalvin's race is not decided yet. Let me tell you guys, I am telling you, he has a chance still to take this win. Lamphy does not have the tires on his side. In a few laps, you will start seeing that car struggle to keep pace, struggle to stay without swerving, without going squirrely in tire and in the fast corners. So you will have it be a factor as he goes down. And this is going to be the point of Ghosty's opportunity here. The first full lap of racing has been completed without incident. Lamphy does purple, which is unsurprising as he is leading the pack. But now Ghosty will be looking to stick right behind him and soak up as we get a yellow flag. We have the Haas. What has happened? There was contact against the wall, and Lamphy's race has gone from exceptional to excruciating, and he is out of the race. The Haas car of Lamphy has ended on the wall, and we'll surely see another safety car as Ghosty is into the pit to change. That is a smart move from Ghosty. Harless goes up to P7. I know we have some fans here from Harless. It is a Mercedes 1-2 at the moment. What are these? What is going on? Unbelievable. The tires overheated. Oh no, Lamphy. That is heartbreaking because we were saying you do have an opportunity. It is Dalvin's chance to use that offset of strategy, but you had a clean getaway. Oh, that was heartbreaking. We were looking forward to a nice battle between Ghosty and you, as you guys did the slipstream, but my God, we did not see that happen. We did not see that coming. That is heartbreaking indeed for Haas. Zanoob now, the sole Haas runner, is in P10. It is Mercedes 1-2 with Dalvin P1, Noobster P2, Raj in P3, Emanane in P4, who will be very happy with where he is right now, considering the qualifying session he's had. Flyboy P5 and Psycho P6, Harless behind Psycho in P7, Nando Loris P8, Taka P9, Zanoob P10 to round off the top 10. But Ghosty, let's not count him out. He did a very smart thing there and jumped into the pits as soon as the safety car was deployed, got himself rid of that soft tire, and now he can have newer tires. Now, we don't know how this will play out eventually, but that is a smart bit of driving, and I think that's something he had to do. He couldn't have gone and stuck it with that soft. I think it was high time he had to do it, and he did do it. Scent, however, did the inverse. Scent went in and put on a set of soft boots, the red tinted boots. So that's going to be interesting. I expect him to clear Ghosty as soon as the safety car is done. He might be trying to do a fight up this field with the better, fresher, softer tires. We will find out as Dalvin leads the pack behind the safety car. What a race. What a race this has been. It's been 6 laps, and it feels like it's had enough drama for 10 races. Unbelievable. What can I say? That was a very, very tough race for the Haas, man. Damn it, indeed. I didn't see what happened there for you, Zahid. I saw you DNF'd, and I saw it was under safety car. Could you give us a glimpse into what happened there? Could you share your experience in that safety car run? Because I didn't quite get to see how you DNF'd. I didn't see Foz in the middle of the road. Oh no. Okay, so that explains both of you guys then. What a tough race. What a tough. Foz was in the shadow. That makes sense, man. That makes sense. That is some tough luck right there. That is tough luck. But Mercedes, boy, don't they have a chance here. Mercedes will be salivating at this opportunity. A 1-2 finish at Baku. Feel so bad. I actually press start, guys. Stone, you know what it is? I know that it wasn't mentioned in the briefing. So, and you are new here, so I don't think anyone's going to hold it too personal to you, man. Mistakes happen. First time I did commentary for MSRL, I selected a car. Then I had to learn how to get the thing. And then the first lap of the race, I was on mute and I didn't even know. Mistakes happen. We learn from it. That's it. But it sucks that you couldn't finish the race, though. Nando gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Taka. That is interesting because Taka now also has a penalty. But the Mercedes drivers are gunning it. There we go. As we see him go down turn 1, you won't see any battles happen between these two guys. Let me tell you, they will play the ultimate team game. You failed to get points for Williams. You did, but you know what? P15 is usually point scoring. I don't know if you have to complete X amount of laps for it, but we will see as we have battles up and down the track as Emanane and Psycho. These guys do love a battle. These guys do love a battle. Emanane and Psycho. Ghosty is up to P9. Scent is now up to P8. Harless is in P7 and is a couple of seconds ahead of Scent, but Scent is on the softer tires as we stick with these two. Will the Mercedes guys really push each other? I doubt it. I think Noobster is going to toe the team line here and stick behind Dalvin, use the DRS, keep everyone behind, get them maximum points. Rooting for my teammate. I think Emanane will have a really good result, but Psycho is at his moment. Emanane, yeah, Psycho is coming up fast. Yep, Psycho is looking very strong here. And you know how the toe is with this little track. The slipstream is so powerful as we see them start the lap. And Psycho soaks up that slipstream. Will he make a move? He decides not to. He sticks behind as the Mercedes set the fastest lap, which was now taken by the Centex from AlphaTauri, as Emanane now has to worry about Psycho for sure as he chases them down. Let's go aboard Psycho here, sticking very close to Emanane as Raj goes wide. Now Emanane smells an opportunity of Raj here. Oh my god, Raj went wide there. Definitely went a little too wide, lost a lot of time, and has now backed it into Emanane's territory. This is going to be interesting. Will Psycho look for a lunge here? Psycho is going for it. Nope, he's gonna back off. This is absolutely risky but rewarding driving. This is not the place where you want to be stuck behind someone, because this part of the track, dirty air, can be so costly. But what this is doing is the Mercedes boys are pulling away. They got their race, they got their DRS. They're gonna keep it simple, keep it tidy. Ghosty has now taken Scent. Scent has had a moment. Sant has had a moment. And Shadow, we have another safety car as Shadow DNFs. And Sant is, oh! Sant loses it. I think he's had a spin, overheated his tires, and that is it. He will be going into the pits. My good God. Will we have 5 laps of consistent racing? Emanane goes to P3. Emanane on the podium position as Raj pits. Under safety car to slap on hard tires. That is going to be interesting. Nando is now in P5. Toka is served his 5-second penalty, I think. Will now be at the end of the grid. Everyone is pitting. Harless pits. And he puts on the medium. Oh no, hards. He actually went for the harder compound tires. Flyboy for the Alpine. Psycho and Emanane, though, will be battling now for podium. What a race. Will we have some clean racing? Will we have some racing laps here? Or will we have many more safety cars to come? We don't know. We will have to wait and see. But my goodness, it has been a dramatic race, to say the least. As it stands, it is Dalvin and Noobster leading. Emanane, Psycho, Nando, Ghosty, Raj, Zanoob, Flyboy, Harless, Toka, and Sentex. But, and Sentex has picked up a penalty there at some point. But the key here, guys, is Ghosty is on 5 laps fresher tires than the guys leading the race. That means he can afford to sit behind someone, use their DRS, get up to the P3s, the P4s, and then do an overcut and switch to the softs at the end of the race. Now, this is what I expect him to do. I don't know if that's what he's thinking about. We will obviously have to wait and see, but it is definitely feeling like this race has not been done with its drama. The Mercedes boys will be happy. The guys that retired are sitting in the pit lane. They will not be happy with how this race has gone. But that is the drama of Formula One. That is the theatrical part of Formula One. It is about taking opportunities, and Dalvin has seized the opportunities so far in this race. Zanoob now is riding in P8 with Haas's sole remaining car. What will the result be? Will we have more safety cars? Or will we have some tough racing, some strategic plays in our near future? What Dalvin and Noobster needs to do is, as soon as the safety car goes in, they pull away like they did earlier, but they won't have the luxury of maybe Raj's going wide. But what they can hope for is that Emanane and Psycho have a battle in their hands. They keep battling, releasing these 2 Mercedes away from them, and just to get away from the DRS zone, get away from the threat of that slipstream, which is very strong in Baku, as we know, due to that long straight. The safety car rounds them down to the start of Sector 3. Will we see the safety car come in? Yes, we will. Safety car is in this lap. This is it, guys. The race will restart for what I feel is the 100th time. The safety car is coming in as we see the Mercedes guys do some synced up swirling and twirling of the wheels to warm up. Will Dalvin gun it? When will Dalvin gun it? He's looking, he's looking, he's looking, and he is going to be gunning it very soon. But he hasn't. He's leaving it late. He's leaving it late as possible, and he's gunned it. He's done a good job. Noobster's gunned it. They are very close with each other, but Noobster is too close. Will he break? He does break. Very good. But Psycho and Emanane will now be the battle to watch as we see some action behind these guys, and Emanane ahead of Psycho momentarily, and Psycho will want to look, to have a look, to let him know, to let Emanane know. Oh, look at Ghosty! Ghosty has made the move on Psycho, who was backing off. Unbelievable. Now this, if Ghosty has no damage, this could be his race because he has fresher tires. 5 laps fresher tires, and that will play into the strategy, guys. As we see, Emanane Flyboy has gotten 3-second multiple warning penalty, and Noobster is coming under the threat of Emanane. Emanane is under threat of Ghosty. Psycho, as Harless loses out here between the battle. Oh, there's some damage. There's some damage from Flyboy. I don't know what's happened as Ghosty now lines up Emanane. Will he go down for a move? I think he will. I think he will go for a move to turn 1. He is close enough. He will get the slipstream. He will not have DRS, but I think he will come down the main straight and go for a move. He's coming down. He can get closer and closer, and he does get as close as he can. As he goes to the left, he makes the move and makes it stick. He is now in P3, and he can now taste a win. He can taste the champagne. He can taste the win that awaits him at the checkered flag. That pit stop on the first safety car, coupled with his climb in the second safety car, with that overtake on Psycho, has made him in strongly in the driving seat. And I think Noobster will not be able to defend too much against the McLaren man. You know, his first race for McLaren, as Noobster has a little bit of a moment going out. Will Ghosty go in? Ghosty's going to back out here. He's going to fight another day. Noobster's going all squirrely, all allowing every moment, every time he does that, allowing Dalvin to inch a little more further ahead. If I was Noobster, I would slow up the McLaren driver where he couldn't catch up anymore. Ghosty would need to be slowed down, and I think that is what's going to happen a little bit. But now the challenge truly begins for Noobster to stay ahead of this McLaren with the tow that it offers on these straights. Will not be easy. We will keep our eyes on Ghosty as they go through the fastest parts of the circuit. It is one more kink, and it is down the main straight. Noobster moves out of the way, but will Noobster now do the switchback? Will Noobster be able to dive down the inside? DRS is enabled. Noobster will not have DRS. Noobster goes down the inside, gets it messy. Gets it messy, and he loses out. He loses out. Now, I don't know exactly what happened. I think he went down the inside. There was not enough space to go down the inside, and has paid the price. But Noobster is now P6, and Psycho has elected to pit. He is the first of the people to pit. And now Dalvin will feel the pressure. Dalvin will feel the pressure of Ghosty with his fresher tires chasing him down in what can be a very, very tense bunch of laps for the Mercedes driver. Mercedes powered cars in the top three. Dalvin, Ghosty, and Emanane now in P3, sorry. The Williams car, also a Mercedes engined car. The Mercedes engined car is reigning supreme so far in Baku. Noobster will be annoyed. He will be disappointed as Tonka has lost it, and we have a yet another safety car. Unbelievable. Yet another safety car as Tonka has crashed in the castle section. Heartbreaking for the Aston Martin man. P10 he was running in. And yeah, we will see them all filter into the pits. This is going to be interesting. Who is going to blink? Emanane stays out. I don't know if that was the smartest move. I think he had to pit. I think that should have. I don't think that is a smart move as Dalvin puts on softs to go 12 laps on softs. Will be challenging, will be excruciating, but he doesn't have to go 12 laps on softs. He will be hoping to go simply till the next safety car. But with every safety car we get, the chances for another safety car reduces. And that is going to be the key here. As Dalvin leads Ghosty through this sector, it is actually Emanane on track, leading Raj and Zanoob. Raj has a chance here of taking the win. I cannot believe how many net race leads we've had, but I'm afraid Emanane has lost his podium by electing to stay out and not coming into the pits. I think Nabil should have opted and jumped into the pits, followed Dalvin and Ghosty in, and he could have kept that net P3. But at this moment, I don't think that is possible, because he will have to pit and he will fall down the order, and he will fall down the order at least till I think P8 or P9, probably even behind, further behind once the safety car filters through. Oh, Raj gets a penalty. Oh my goodness, what is going on here, guys? Zanoob is on podium place right now. Raj gets a penalty, loses a bunch of front wing. Will the drama ever end in this race? What a race this is. Unbelievable. Emanane still leads, but the net race lead is now with the Haas again, but this time the Haas of Zanoob. Unbelievable scenes as the safety car will surely continue one more lap. That was embarrassing. Tonka, I did not see it, but I'm assuming it was the castle section, because I saw it on your mini map. It looked like it was in the castle section. Overheated tires, or was that a driver error? Like, you could just, I mean, that section is the hardest part. Accidentally lit a Leclerc. I didn't want to call you I'm stupid, but I did think that's what happened. But the net race lead, this race just throws in curveballs after curveballs. Emanane did not pit. Emanane now has a penalty. Zanoob is now the net race leader, as he has pitted and he can go long, and you would assume he can go the next 11 laps for sure on those hard set of tires. Dalvin and Ghosty will look to be a little bit stronger. But I think this is Ghosty's race to lose. I think this is Ghosty's race to lose. I think Ghosty's choice of the tire is perfect. Dalvin will have to get through Zenoob, will have to get through Emanane, and that may chew up his softs a little too much. It is going to be unbelievable. Front wing hit the rear, the railing near Castle. Ouch, man. I was trying to make space from Psycho. Yeah, that is tough. That is tough. You guys were running pretty strong, and I think, I mean, even with the DNF, you guys should be looking at a decent haul of points. For Aston Martin, sadly not a double points because you don't have a teammate in here, but I think you could have done a very good finish here, the way this race is shaping up. And it is safety car in this lap, as we will see them all swirl and whirl and twirl and just heat up their tires. Emanane will lead, will take the lead on track. Zenoob will take the lead of the net race lead, as we see Emanane, the Williams, get ready. And Zahid, you better be happy. You better be jumping up on your feet right now as Emanane guns it. And there we go. Once again, Ghosty's look. Did Ghosty make a move? He did make a move. He's overtaken Dalvin. Ghosty on the harder compound tires goes, commits, takes it, makes the move. This man is a man on a mission. Ghosty will not rest till he is P1. He takes another position. He is now P2, net race lead with Ghosty. Dalvin will now want to catch Ghosty. I think Dalvin got caught napping at the start of the restart here. Now, I don't know how many safety cars we've had this race, but Ghosty has through it all, fought hard, fought it clean, kept it tidy, and played the strategic masterclass that we know he can. He tried to do it in preseason, it didn't play off. He tried to do it in Portimao, it didn't work out. And he's done it here, and he now leads with a very strong chance, a very strong opportunity as Emanane and Ghosty go side by side to what I call the front wing bank. But Emanane is fighting for position. He will not yield. He did not yield. He should not yield. But I don't think he will make it too hard for Ghosty with his much fresher tires. 14 laps on the mediums Emanane has done. He will have to pit. He will have to pit. And we will have to pit very soon. I think he's trying to stretch it enough just so that he can go ahead and make it. And he goes down the inside. Can he make the move? Can he make it? No, he cannot. And that is Ghosty's race. What a move. What a drive it's been from Ghosty. McLaren hired him for permanent seat to replace their race winner, to replace Horse, and it could be Ghosty leading the pack, winning this race on his McLaren debut. And what a way that would be to start off his season at McLaren, start off his career at McLaren. The Papaya team will be very happy with the result if that stays this way. But I think we all know better than to expect the race to stay this way. I think the man to now watch will be Dalvin as he tries to hunt down Emanane, and Psycho will try and catch up to Raj. I think Raj is now having a look towards, let's actually put the Dalvin has made his way through, and this is where the moment comes into play. Penalties, if we take a look at it, 5 seconds for Emanane and Nando. We have 3 seconds for the Flyboy. Flyboy has disconnected, so I think it's an AI now. Stops, if we look at it, we've had 2 stops from Ghosty, and that has worked out fantastic for the man. We're going to go ahead and do intervals, and let's look at why isn't the timing sheet working? I don't know why the timing sheet isn't working. But Ghosty, and there it is. Okay, Dalvin is 3 seconds behind Ghosty. No DRS, but a clear track ahead of him. Can he pound in the laps, close the gap, get that DRS going? Will he chew up his soft tires doing just that? We will find out, as I think we will be keeping our eye on Nando here now. He will be feeling like he has a chance at taking Emanane. Emanane is now just fighting to barely hold on. His tires are dying. They've been used up. They've been extremely worn, and it will be a very, very, very challenging prospect for him to hold on to this podium spot. Of course, he has to pit still. I don't think he has done his pit yet. So that is another thing that we have to consider. And it is a yellow flag. And who's the yellow flag for? It is for Psycho. Psycho's lost a front wing, has had a spin, no safety car, thank God. And Nando will keep chasing down Emanane now. Let's look at the stops. Emanane has not had a stop. He will have to stop. It is in the rules. You do have to make one compulsory stop and use at least 2 types of tires unless you're in the wets, which we sadly are not. But I don't know how much more chaotic this race could be. Ghosty has been stretching the lead on Dalvin, and that is definitely going to be filling the McLaren driver with a lot of confidence. As Nando, as Raj senses something, Emanane pits, Raj sees a chance, an opportunity, zips it down the inside. What a move. Will Nando now try to fight back? The second DRS zone will be his friend now. If he's able to stay close enough, he is. Nando puts the DRS on. Will he be able to keep it close enough? Not close enough. He is not able to be close enough to create that opportunity for him, as Dalvin is now 5 seconds behind Ghosty, and Ghosty, deservedly so, is now looking like running away with it. We thought it would be Lamphy. We thought it would be Lamphy's race to lose, and a overheated tire lost him the race. We then thought maybe perhaps it could be Emanane's moment, that it could be Dalvin's moment. It could have been a Mercedes 1-2, but things, incidents, drama, every lap brought some more drama, and now this is where we've arrived. We still have 7 laps to go, guys. 7 laps of Baku is an eternity. It is an unsurmountable amount of drama awaiting to be unfurled. As we follow Ghosty here, I think Emanane will now look to make moves and get through the field to finish with a nice strong position. He's seeing Flyboy in front of him. I believe that is the AI Flyboy. Nope, that is actual Flyboy. He's not AI anymore. That is Flyboy. And let's go ahead and go get the tire back in, shall we? There we go. As Emanane seizes an opportunity, senses a chance, does not send it in yet. He's going to stay patient, stay behind Flyboy, maybe go for it in the next lap. Ghosty, however, continues to stretch his lead. I know, Zahid, it is not the ideal result. I think Flyboy, Emanane could have had a podium. I think he should have pitted when Dalvin and Ghosty did. But sadly, one split second of decision making can cost you heavily. But I think Williams will be very happy with the points haul regardless, because if you get points, you will have 1 point. And he will be gaining quite a bit of points as well in 8th place at the moment, which looks like it'll turn into 9th any moment now as we go into the castle section. Very, very tricky place to follow someone. You don't want to be too close in case they have a crash. As we see Emanane get very close Very, very, very close to the Flyboy, but he will stay patient. He will stay behind him, and I think he will use the full length of that straight and the DRS to breeze past. I would be very surprised if he doesn't make the move. How is Harless doing? Harless has been doing pretty good. Sadly, has a penalty. Harless has driven a very clean race away from incidents, but has a penalty, and his penalty is going to give him, let me give you the exact amount here. Oh, never mind. His penalty that was a glitch on the screen, for my bad. Harless does not have a penalty. He's driven very clear and clean, and he's now in P6 as yellow flag for Nando Loris, so he may end up P5. There you see the Red Bull that's had a spin, and it's another virtual safety car. Harless hasn't had much chance to do much driving today because there's a lot of safety car happening. It's every couple of laps we've had a safety car. It has been a very dramatic race, but this is an excellent position considering that Harless is in his second race. So very cool to see. Very cool to see. Harless in P6. It's got a very good chance of getting even higher up on the grid. And the virtual safety car will mean that you have to follow and keep the delta positive. You do not want to go too fast. I wonder if we'll see anyone go for the pits. I wonder if we'll see anyone go for pit stops. Race control, DRS enabled, virtual safety car has ended, and we have gone green. All right, so that means Flyboy again has had a moment and has retired from the session. So Zenoob will now finish P9. Now, I don't know what happened. He has retired on track. If it's damaged, we can be sure there's another safety car coming, sadly. But hopefully we won't need to do a further safety car. I think we've all had enough safety cars, haven't we, guys? I think we've all had enough safety cars. It's gone green. We are good right now as we have the leader, Ghosty, lead Dalvin. Let's check for about 5 seconds, 5.2 interval. If you look at it, they're all kind of spread apart, 4 seconds and 3 seconds apart from each other. And of course from the leader. And if you look at the fastest lap, Ghosty does have the fastest lap at the moment. So what a race this has been. I mean, it's been absolutely dramatic, to say the least. Nando has penalties of, I believe, a 5-second penalty. Yep, 5 seconds for Nando. Harless is now 3.7 seconds behind Nando. Everyone seems to be kind of spread out here. We have Ghosty. Noobster gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, which means track limits, which is not something that's going to be fun. But another 3 seconds for Noobster. Another penalty on the drivers. But right now, this is your podium. You have Ghosty leading Dalvin, leading Raj. And that is your current podium. And Raj can actually see Dalvin. So that might be a little bit of a motivational fact here. And Dalvin's soft tires will start to deteriorate pretty bad in the next couple of laps. So Raj senses an opportunity here. Raj can smell the blood in the water, and he is chasing down Dalvin. We'll keep our eye on Raj as Dalvin drops further and further back from Ghosty and drops further and further closer and closer to the clutches of the Alpha Tauri of Raj. At one point, it was all three cars leading the race were Mercedes powered. It is no longer the case. We may have a Red Bull join in the fun here a Red Bull sister team rather of AlphaTauri, the Honda powered car driven by Raj, joining in the fun as we can see them get closer and closer to Dalvin. This is going to be a very, very interesting race. It is going to be all about, can you keep it clean? Dalvin with his tires going off, can he keep it steady? We just have 3 more laps, guys. Just 3 more laps. And we will have the end of the race. We will have the winner. We will have the final positions. But 3 laps around Baku can mean a lot of things. And one thing we know for sure is you cannot take any position to be granted, as Dalvin will find out soon as Raj gets closer and closer to Dalvin. Emanane, on the other hand, is getting closer and closer to Raj, to Harless. We will keep that in mind, and we will keep an eye on that. Right now, this podium battle has our attention as Raj is going catching Dalvin by at least 8/10 a lap. So will it be enough? Ooh, and it's over just like that. That chase is over. My goodness, not much damage, but definitely not going to be able to catch Dalvin now, even though Dalvin's had all this trouble with his tires. I'm telling you, you cannot discount the drama that this race can provide, that drama that MSRL can provide you, as Raj is now 10 seconds away from Dalvin, ending any chance of a run to P2. But this is Emanane chasing down Harless. Now, Harless and Emanane are very close to each other. 2 laps remain. Actually, just this one sector and 1 more lap. No, never mind. 2 laps, because it's the leader lap that counts. Yes, 2 laps remain. If Harless can hold on, he's going to take a bunch of points for Ferrari, for the Italian team. But I don't know if Harless can hold on. Will he be able to outfight the Williams on the straight? We will have to find out. We await the move. We await the defense as Harless sees the Williams in his mirrors. And Harless has gone a little wide. And Emanane has seized the opportunity and goes ahead of Harless. Harless has dropped a position. The DRS wing opened for Emanane. Emanane cut that corner very close. Very daring taking of that corner, but I think Harless has maybe a little bit of damage on his wings because his turns seem to be sliding him away. He seemed to be struggling a little bit. Yes, he definitely seems to have damage, as he can't seem to keep it clean and turn, as Harless is now 3 seconds further down, as Noobster senses an opportunity on Raj. Can we see a double Merc podium? We'll have to find out as Noobster lines up the move. Here comes the Mercedes on the AlphaTauri. Yellow flags on Harless. Harless has DNF'd. Harless has crashed. Oh no! What is that? Raj has crashed. Noobster has crashed. What is going on in this race? Nando Loris could be on the podium just with the virtue of being close enough to Noobster. Unbelievable. Harless is in P9 with the DNF. Raj will drop to P8. Zenoob finishes P7 if he can hold on for a little longer. But the man that needs to finish this race with just a little bit more, just few corners remain for the McLaren of Ghosty to take his win, his maiden win for McLaren this season, his first win of the season. And what a way to do it on his debut race for McLaren as a permanent driver to take the win. And McLaren will be happy, Harless will be happy, Dalvin will be heartbroken, but will be still happy to take that chance, to take that opportunity, as Nando will probably sense danger, but Nando will sense a chance at the win at P3, but it is Ghosty that takes the win. What a well-deserved win that was. Fantastic drive, amazing call on strategy. Dalvin will take P2, and Noobster, will he hold on to P3? Epic, epic, epic. Horse is amazing. Just join it. It is joined in. It is absolutely brilliant. And I think Noobster, will M&A take podium? M&A takes podium because of the penalties. M&A gets podium. What a drive. What a drive. The Williams has done to Mercedes what Mercedes has done to Williams before in Baku. Unbelievable. M&A on the podium. And he thoroughly deserves it. Holy crap. It is indeed absolute bonkers. This race has thrown in every curveball you could possibly have. Unfreaking believable, guys. We had a Mercedes 1-2 at a point. We had Dalvin leading. We had Zenoob with the net race lead. We had Eminem leading. And Psycho picks up driver of the day for that climb from the rear, but was not able to finish. But it is this man that's going to dance all the way to the podium. It is Ghosty. It is McLaren P1 in Baku. And what a fantastic race. Mercedes powered podium. I mean, can you believe that? Zahid, your teammate, takes some champagne. What a race. What a race. And guys, here you have it. The grid, the top 10 is Ghosty, Dalvin, Eminem, Noobster, Nando, Psycho, Zenoob, Raj, Harless, and Flyboy. Harless had to settle for P9 due to that crash at the end. Toka, Scent, Shadow, and Lamphy, as well as Stone, which is of course Zahid, round out our top 10. So there you have it. That is it. We will now wait a couple of seconds. I will go ahead and tag these guys to get them to come for the media room. So I will go ahead and get that done here. What a race. What a fantastic race it's been. Nabil and of course Psycho. All right, we'll just wait for a little bit while we get everyone in here. We will get you the answers. They will be speaking to us about their thoughts of the race, their impressions, and what were they thinking, what were the factors that gone into the race today. Let me just get everyone in here, and we will start the press conference momentarily. What a race we had. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button, because this is just round 5. There's many more rounds to come. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, hit that big red button for MSRL and more MSRL action. And I mean, I don't know what to say. I am at loss for words, and that is not something that happens often. That is not something that happens often.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Wow, wow, wow. What a race. I mean, can you have any more safety cars in one race? I don't know.
Yes,
all right.
Yes,
Yes, we can. Okay. That's not a challenge, guys. That is not a challenge, okay?
Never not enough safety cars.
No, this is MSRL we're talking about.
Oh my god. And Baku. Oh my god. Talk about a hectic track. All right, Psycho, I'm going to start with you. Driver of the day. You had a horrible qualifying. You did a massive job climbing up P4. I think you even ran in P3 at a moment. P3, P2.
No, it was P4. I put up pressure with Nabil for a bit.
Yeah.
In M9.
Yeah. I had Mexico flashbacks right there.
Honestly speaking, that spin kind of costed me a bit. I mean, I was defending myself from Chris, but I had to nurse a front wing damage as well.
Yeah.
I think I had a front wing damage while I was battling Dalvin at the time. I think it was at turn 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid Zanook Scar as well, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, you know what? Let's get this bread or something. You know?
Yeah.
It was a very hectic race, but sadly you couldn't finish. But still, driver of the day.
I mean,
congratulations.
To be honest, if I were to put this in a quote, I guess like Alpine Masterplan success. I guess we succeeded in Alpine Masterplan.
Solid score of points, and of course, driver of the day, always a nice reward.
I actually didn't have much practice. I was actually surprised that I somehow did that. But
yeah, you were right up there. You were putting some serious pressure on M&A and Nabil.
I mean, the safety car. I was surprised, and I had to like avoid a lot of people.
That was a lot of.
I think if you watch my POV of lap 1 especially.
I don't know which safety car you're talking about because we had like a billion of them. So
safety car 1, safety car 2,
safety car 3,
and the last few laps.
Yeah, it was.
There were 4 safety cars and 1 VSC at the end.
I think we had the most safety. I think we probably had the most safety car in MSRL.
Yeah, I think that's like the max the games allows. 4 safety cars, and then after that's all going to be VSC.
Yeah, and it's been a fantastic job. And congratulations once again, Nabil.
Yeah,
this is, I mean, what a race, dude. I mean, holy crap. I have no idea. You were on shot for a potential win. And then when the safety car hit, you did, or potential podium, sorry. The safety car hit, you elected to stay out. The guys ahead of you went in.
He was in the lead at one point, yeah.
Yeah, and then he was in the lead. So what made you decide to stay out when Dalvin and Ghosty went into the pits? Because you were running on old tires at that point.
Well, I figured I'd help the senior team out, you know, because Ghosty was going to come up ahead.
Oh, there's some team play here. Okay. And of course, you did get a podium at the end out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. I saw Noobster, I saw Raj, I saw one person going for a move. I had no idea what happened. It was so much action in that last lap, and then you got just close enough where both penalties applied meant Williams got their podium, and I believe first podium of the season. And is it your first podium, your best finish overall in MSRL?
Yeah.
Fantastic,
this
man.
is my first season.
Yeah. Well, this
first
is
ever league.
What? Well, it has certainly been a very, very strong race. You had the pace. You did. I was thinking you and Psycho would be having a little bit of battle like in Mexico, but Psycho had a bit of an incident.
No. That was with Dalvin, but no, but it's okay. It's not anyone's fault. It's kind of my own fault.
Yeah. But it was really cool, and I mean, I couldn't believe it. And when the laps came down, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then we saw you on the podium. Congratulations! Enjoy the champagne.
Right there.
And have a good one.
Last lap, I was just laser focused.
Rose water for everyone.
Rose water for everyone. Yes. Okay. Dalvin, it looked like a win was on the cards. Mercedes 1-2 at one point. Through 2 safety car restarts, I think you guys were running 1-2. But then it started to go wrong, didn't it? And
it didn't really go wrong. I think coming into this race, we already knew that this wasn't our track. Both Chris and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this track, so it's not the best on pure pace. Mm-hmm. And looking at the qualifying itself, like Lampy and Ghosty were just miles ahead. Lampy even
Oh.
ahead of Ghosty by another
Yeah.
half second.
I don't
So
know what happened to Lamb.
best thing, we were
Crash.
hoping for at least a
Overheated
P3
tires.
and P4.
Yeah.
And then I think lap 1 or 2 happened where Lampy crashed.
Lampy, I
that
think, was
was
a
like-
little bit later. That first crash was, I think, Switz. Yeah, Switz was the first casualty.
Oh yeah.
And then we had the
So,
safety car.
So main rivals were out of the way. So Switch was out of the way, and then Lampy retired, and then so that only left us with Ghosty to challenge for the win. But I knew coming into the race, Ghosty, he's a Baku expert compared to me. So yeah. So even on the last safety car, right?
Yeah.
The one on lap 16 or 17 on the
Yeah.
restart, I just let Ghosty through on the first corner itself. I ran wide intentionally because I knew my tires were gonna last till the end, but the pace is gonna drop off, and I had to
Very
manage my
much,
pace
yeah.
too much. So it's a good thing I let him pass, and then that helped me to focus on my gap to Raj.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Psycho was attacking me, and I was trying to attack Zinuk, who was on all hard tires at the start. And,
True.
Yeah, so that was a little hectic at that time. I was like, please don't die here. But we made it through. And I think with Raj crashing out at the end, that kind of relieved the pressure on me because my tires were like gone. for the last few laps.
What made you go soft tires instead of medium? Because Ghosty went on
That
medium.
That was the planned strategy. Medium
Okay.
to soft.
Alright.
But with the safety cars that we had, right? So that allowed us to extend as long as possible.
Yeah.
And from our simulations, we were pretty much sure that the softs could go more than at least half a race, but pace would.
Oh
drop off
wow.
till the end.
Yeah. Massive.
So,
Dalvin and I
you know.
stayed up until like 6 a.m.
Yeah, so Nabil and I were like just going through all the strats and all that stuff. So so we figured that out, and it played to my hands at that time, and also Chris, because I think he was nursing some damage, and that allowed us to double stack and get our cars. It allowed him to fix his car as well. So I think it's for us, it's a good damage limitation, and
And it's a
and
very good
big
result
haul
for
of
the
points
team. Yeah,
in the
big haul of
constructors. I'm happy with that.
points, and a decent haul of points for yourself in the drivers, because P2 is nothing to
yeah.
scoff at Baku. Just coming in,
Might be
finishing
really
is nothing
Baku.
to scoff at Baku. But that
And,
leads to
I
them.
mean, to add on. Sorry.
No, go ahead,
It
go
wasn't
ahead.
really the best week for me because I just got my booster as well earlier on this week.
Very
so,
nice.
You got that
Yeah,
50 now. so-
That
the
explains
arms, like,
your higher ping.
yeah.
Or lower ping. I don't know.
Hey, RD, it's a tradition here. Dalvin has a lot of ping. Right?
Okay.
Dalvin's
No,
good.
I didn't see any lag. I was just making fun of the booster. All right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Now let's talk to the man with the most points, Ghosty. What a drive. Tactically, a little bit of lucky away, but what a consistent, solid drive. Did you think a win was possible coming into the race? Or was it more like, I'm just going to go ahead and try and see what I can come up with?
To be honest, I was expecting to finish P2 this race. Looking at Lamphy's pace during
Right, right.
qualifying.
Yep.
But then I saw that I'm second fastest overall during qualifying, so I decided to follow ahead and follow Lamphy's strategy, which is
Yeah.
starting on the softs.
Yeah.
And
You
yeah,
guys
I
were
was
the
gonna
only
stretch
ones in the
softs.
top 10 that started on stuff. It was you guys and Harless. Harless was in
Yeah, yeah.
P12.
I saw.
That started on. Everyone else was mediums.
So I mean, if I get to start in front with softs, I mean, as you can see what happened during that one, me and Lamphy was just minding our own race while while carnage was happening behind, and then unfortunately for Lamphy, he kind of overheated his race. I
Yeah,
think,
that is. Yes,
through the last section. He was
the-
really pushing to break away from DRS from me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came into chat and he said he overrated the thing, but it's what a race. I mean, I haven't seen a race go up and down like that in my life. That the safety cars were confusing enough. The drama was there.
Yeah.
We don't know,
Yeah.
like I don't know what happened between Noobster and. Did you have contact when you overtook Noobster? Because I saw Noobster spin after you overtook him, but I don't know.
Was it the
No,
incident on turn
sorry.
one?
When you overtook him and he came back at,
Oh, yeah,
at turn
yeah.
one. Now, I don't know if there was any contact. Was there any contact? between you and
There
Chris?
was contact. I saw that he was too far behind for a dive bomb, so I just took my line, and if he goes for it, it will be more damaging for his race rather than mine. So yeah.
Yeah, and it did end up with a spin. But
Yeah.
congratulations, man. Well done on the win. Well deserved. You came close in
Right.
Portimao. You came close in
Thank you.
preseason in Mexico, but you got the win here today. Well done. And first race for McLaren. Horse was in chat cheering you on.
Yeah, I saw his name.
All right. Congratulations, all of you guys. And thank you for joining me for the press conference. I'll see you guys later. And we will see you all next week for round 6. Where is round 6? Is it
Nothing.
France?
We're
Canada.
going to Canada.
Canada.
France 2.0.
France 2.
Maybe.
Slightly France. All right. So Canada, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Amazing track. I love that track. Can't wait. The Wall of Champions. Let's see if anyone gets up there. But thank you for joining us. Have a fantastic day and a week ahead. Bye-bye from me and everyone here at MSRL. Bye-bye.